This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This is the 505 News Whip.
That's right. Been doing it for 15 years, and we continue at 5 o'clock every single day. We bring you the stories that other stations ignore. And to start us off is Angel Martinez. Angel, how are you?
Oh, yeah. You're going to love this.
All
You're
right.
going to love it.
What do you got?
So, do you think that double dipping can spread
Is it crime?
germs?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. You do.
Well, you do.
Yes.
You do. Well, double dipping can transmit bacteria and viruses from your mouth to the shared bowl.
Okay.
And in theory, all those microorganisms can be spread to other eaters.
Woo!
But in most cases, that may not be as risky as it seems. Through a series of experiments at Clemson University, they discovered that there was more bacteria in double dip situations compared to the single dip. Okay, we know that.
Right.
But it all depends on what you're double dipping into. They said that the food really matters. So if you're double dipping into food with a high acidity, like salsa,
Okay.
you're going to have less bacteria a couple of hours later. But if you're double dipping into something with low acid, like such as,
Like pus?
dishes with...
Did you pass that bowl of pus from my Cheetos?
Oh,
So
gross.
Can you, if you double dip in pus, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
It just cancels it out,
You're in the
right?
deep end already.
Yeah. I mean, two negatives make a positive, so you're good to go. Anyway, you can see if you double dip into things
Ranch.
made of cheese and chocolate, then you're asking for it.
Okay. All right. So it depends on a double dipper. But still, I don't know who's double dipping after COVID.
You should always flip the chip.
Yeah.
Always.
Or put a little dip on a plate like a human being.
There's that.
You know?
The study, I agree. That's like the best way to do it. But
Thank
they're
you.
also saying that through this study that the common cold, the flu, even COVID have not been shown to be transmitted through food.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, respiratory illnesses are the ones that are much more commonly spread just by being around people that are sneezing and coughing all over the place rather than eating and drinking right after them.
You know, I get out there and I go out at least 3 or 4 times a week to stores and stuff. I'm addicted to, wasting money. I hear people with that big, huge, wet cough every effing day. I mean, they're everywhere and you can hear it from 9 aisles away. I'm like, why are these people out? And, and they bring their sick-ass kids with them, too.
Oh.
And the kids are sneezing and farting and getting all nutty. Oh, that's great. So then it's over for the double dip.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to double dip, Do it in salsa.
That's right. Excellent. All right,
Yeah.
Angel Martinez. Bellio, what's going on in the world?
Well, here's what not to order at a work dinner when the boss is paying, and this is straight from an etiquette pro.
Okay.
Number one, messy food. No ribs, no spaghetti, no battling with crab legs, no out-of-season foods.
Don't get anything that requires a bib.
Yes, that's right. Nothing messy. Number two, don't be that person who orders the most expensive thing on the menu.
Right.
You're not trying to make headlines here at the table. Number three, appetizers, entree, and dessert. No.
No.
Keep it simple.
That's
and
right.
alcohol, wait to see if your boss orders first, then maybe have one drink. Bottom line, don't let your order ruin your office reputation.
You know, I was invited, Bill Handel invited me to a lunch. He said, hey, I'm having lunch with a homeless couple. You want to go? I'm like, not really. Why are you doing that? And he said, it's a long story. It's like an ex-husband or ex-wife that knew the show, or a brother or something. And they listen to your show and they want to have lunch. I'm like, oh, Christ. There's no way out of this, huh? So I went to lunch with him. And they ordered like 19 beers each. They're homeless. They wanted to get the most bang for their buck. And they ordered steaks and lobster and all. And I ordered a side salad because when I'm eating on somebody else's dime, I never, ever go top shelf. It's just so rude.
I always
Same.
pick two things on the menu, a little lower, a little higher, and then I wait for them to order.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I usually go lower, no matter
Yeah.
what.
I go, just give me a glass of water and some crackers. I think the homeless people that we had, I think they ended up stealing something from the restaurant. I can't remember. Maybe not.
Salt
I don't know.
shakers.
Yeah, something like that. All right, Stefouche, what's going on out there, bub?
Well, do you know what popular ice cream chain is closing?
Which one?
Do you know which popular ice cream chain is closing a bunch of stores?
Swenson's.
No.
It's the drugstore one.
CVS?
Close. Rite-Aid.
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 Isn't Rite-Aid the one that does the ice cream?
Yeah, Rite-Aid's
Closing all
bankruptcy
Rite-Aids.
is leading to the closure of Thrifty ice cream counters within its stores nationwide,
Thrifty, yeah.
making a significant change for the beloved brand. While Thrifty ice cream will still be available elsewhere, the closures signal the end of an era for the iconic circular scoops at Rite-Aid.
Jay Leno had a great joke. He said he was up in Alaska. It was 45 degrees below zero, yet you walk into a Thrifty and the ice cream is still soft. That's a great joke. Crozier, Baton Cleanup, what's going on?
Well, that algae bloom that's been killing animals in the Southland is wilting. The Marine Mammal Care Center in San Pedro says the worst of the deadly algae bloom is over. Officials say there have been no new patients showing signs of domoic acid toxicosis over the last week. Birds, sea lions, marine animals have all gotten sick or killed by the poison in the past few months. Veterinarians and care centers near the coast say that many were treated and able to recover, but it was the longest, most toxic, and deadliest bloom they've ever experienced. The MMC says it's expanding its facilities and they're increasing patient capacity as these types of events increase in intensity and frequency thanks to climate change.
Okay, all right. I think there's a reason why that bloom was bigger, and I don't think it has. I don't blame climate change. I think it's fertilizer. I think we live in a desert, so you have to fertilize your lawn more out here than you would in the Midwest or in the South. You just have to because it's so dry out here, and there's no real good nutrients in the soil.
You think more fertilizer is being used now?
Yes, and I also think it's running off with all our rains the last couple of years into the water, and the fertilizer getting into the ocean accelerates those blooms.
I drove up the coast a few years ago from Miami to D.C., and I took the Gulf side of Florida, and we stopped in a few places along the coast there, and they were at the time, I think it was 2019 or 18, they were having a huge, I think they were calling like a red tide.
I remember
like
that,
a bloom, yeah, and that was killing animals, and they were saying it was, whatever, climate change or whatever, but that lasted for a full almost year there.
Yeah, it was gross too. Remember, they when you go to the hotels,
Yeah.
nobody was sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Because it stunk. That's it's unbelievable. All right, that's the news whip. That is great. Again, I can't stress this enough. You got to be here tomorrow at 5:30 when you're going to learn about the trip that we're all taking next year. The big trip. Where is it going to be? Where's it going to be? I know. You may not, but I know.
Oh, you do know now.
Oh, yes. I've known for 2 weeks.
Oh, you do.
Oh, you do.
You do.
What is that? What is that from, Bellio?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Do you know?
Somebody, you said to somebody who works here, "Hey, I need the live reads for tonight." And what did she say?
You do.
With her feet up on the desk.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Employee of the year.
But she's great.
Yeah. No, she's great. She's great.
Is she?
Yeah, you're great, Bellio. You're great.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
It is the Conway Show tomorrow at 5:30. We will be revealing where we're going next year for the big trip. Where are we going? And what dates, how long, the whole thing. Tomorrow, the good people are coming in from Travel Store, and we'll be doing it at 5:30 tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. All right, scolding your kids. You scold other people's kids in public. I don't, but maybe some of them could use a little scolding once in a while. Who knows?
All right, in a new article from The Atlantic, writer Stephanie Murray argues that it's time to bring back communal discipline. There. Yeah. Adults don't just silently suffer through kids' antics. They actually say something. She recalls a trip to Prague where a woman gently tapped her daughter's foot off of a subway seat. Just like that, the behavior stopped. No scolding, no drama, just a simple...
Oh, wait, no scolding.
It takes a village style correction. But in America, that kind of thing feels taboo. Experts say we've become privatized in our parenting. And the reason they say people maybe don't say anything is because they're worried about lawsuits, being filmed, and that video going viral.
Yeah, I also think, you don't scold kids. You tell the parents, and then the parents tell the kids. You don't directly address the kids. That's criminal.
Or making other parents angry. But
like, this is a true story. I was at a Costco, and my daughter got into the cart, and she didn't want to sit where the babies sit. She thought she was too old for that. She wanted to get into the big part of the cart. And so she was in the big part of the cart, and those are big-ass carts. And we were shopping and rolling around Costco, and a woman said to my daughter, you shouldn't be in that part of the cart. That's where I put my fruits and vegetables. And I said, okay, hey, lady, you're not addressing my daughter. You address me, and I will take care of my daughter's situation, but don't address her directly. And B, so where do you want her to sit? And she said, you sit where those little seats are, where babies go. I go, okay. Do you ever put your fruits and vegetables there? She goes, yeah, all the time. I go, okay. Well, that's where the baby's asses are, in that seat. And she's like, I never thought about that. Walked away. Done.
I got into it with a mom one time at one of those Gymboree or one of those communal all kids play together type places. Because a kid was, I think Sid was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 or however the age is generally when you go there, was standing in front of this other kid. And this other kid just like reached out and hit her on the head.
Oh, really?
And I was standing there and I was like, okay. And then he rears back again and he does it again like hard.
Wow.
And then he goes and rears back again and I went, hey. And that just brought the room to silence. And her mom comes running over. She's like, don't yell at my kid. I said, your kid was hitting my kid. And if you'd pay attention, I wouldn't have to do that.
Good for you.
Said, you don't address my kid. I said, pay attention to your kid.
Good for
and I'll
you.
start yelling at you instead.
That's great, man.
Oh, yeah. It was a very uncomfortable moment.
Yeah, we get very territorial with our own kids. When somebody attacks your kid.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough ride. All right, scolding kids. Should you scold kids?
Or making other parents angry. But still, some moms say they love the backup when they feel like they can't.
I think doing it without anger and obviously without any sort of physical stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's just a conversation about we don't do that.
When I was growing up, I was yelled at by my friends' moms all the time. I remember Mrs. Fox yelled at me. Miss McDaniel yelled at me. Mrs. Myers always yelled at me. Who else was there? Miss Gittleson yelled at me. God almighty.
Did your mom encourage them? Oh, just yell at him.
My mom never found out that they were doing it. No. When I had sleepovers and I did something stupid, they would say, hey, Well, wait, what's wrong with you? You know, that kind of crap.
Well, that's like back when I grew up, all the neighbors were real close with my parents, and so they kept an eye on each other's kids.
Okay.
You know? So if they were getting into danger or whatever, you know.
Right, but
So
would
that
they
was okay.
scold them? We're doing a story on scolding.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, they'd get after you like, you shouldn't be up there, you know. You want me to call your mom?
I see. All right. I thought you were like listening to another station or something.
I was. I just turned it off and I just tuned into you.
Sacramento station again?
Yes.
Yeah, you like those guys up there, huh? Larry and the Reverend?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Those guys are good. I like those guys. All right. Welcome back.
Thanks.
All right.
That's not how we do things. I don't
know why. I feel so anxious with you like fake scolding me right now. Like I'm
Andrew.
I hate it. No, I can't.
Andrew,
stop. Make it stop.
Andrew,
Sorry.
Tender but stern.
Yeah.
Andrew, Joseph.
Well, that's the thing. Like whenever someone,
I've also had parents yell at me and swear at me too. My teacher, Mr. Kleiman, God bless that guy. I don't know if he's still alive, but he was a teacher. He was a journalism teacher at Birmingham High School. And I'm going to have to write this down because I got to bleep. Okay. I'm not sure how much I can tell you what he said to me. What? But he said to me, take the blue textbooks. Remember when you had to pass the textbooks out? And he said, take the blue textbooks out and pass them out to everybody. And I thought he said green. He said blue. So I passed the green textbooks out to everybody, and then he's going through it, and they're the wrong textbooks. So he turned to me, and he thought I did it on purpose, and I didn't, but he thought I did. And he called me an MF, son of a gang, and then the noise that a gun makes, and then the female dog. MFing son of a GBB. In front of the whole class.
I wish I could see all the faces of the whole class when he said that.
I was in 10th grade, and he put together an insult that was so radical. It was unbelievable. And he was teaching journalism. You know, you mother effing son of a GB biatch. I'm like, wow, man. This guy hit me over the head with a hammer, for passing out the wrong books. Big dog with this guy.
An adult is quietly mad at you, always way worse than when they're like actually, over the top yelling at you.
Andrew, we don't do stories like that.
Yeah, but you know what? I think keeping an eye on the quiet guy is coming back. I think the quiet guys are the ones that are, going to be the problem in life. Although George Carlin had a great line. He said he doesn't believe that old adage or that rule of thumb of keep your eye on the quiet guy. And he said, okay, he goes, let me set this up for you. You go into an old smoky bar, and there's two people in the bar. And they're both sitting at the bar. One of them is in an Oxford sweater reading poetry to himself quietly. The other guy has an axe with him, and he's slamming it on the bar, saying, if I don't get a drink, I'm going to cut somebody's head off. Who do you keep an eye on? Which is a great point. But keeping an eye on the quiet guy, I think the quiet people can explode more than the people that are, always loud. I think there's something to that. I think it's always the quiet guy. Whenever they say like, a guy like the New Orleans bomber, the bomber in Palm Springs, they always describe these guys as quiet. Oh, he's a quiet, friendly guy. He's a quiet guy, never bother anybody. He's always quiet. Yeah, because he was thinking all day about killing people. That's why he's quiet. But I think there's something about that. I don't know. Scolding your kids, I don't like it. I mean, I think nowadays you have to because kids are out of control. But I still don't like to address the kids directly. I address the parents and let them deal with it. But maybe that's just me.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabe's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at washablesofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It is the Conway Show. Man, everybody's excited about this trip. I was just talking to Leslie in sales. She is all over this trip. This is going to be a big announcement tomorrow at 5:30. You must be here tomorrow at 5:30. And we will tell you where we're going. And you're going. You're going. You're not turning us down. You're going. You're going to spend money and you're going. And we're all going to go together and we're going to have fun, damn it. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be great. And it might be the only trip I ever do. Might be. You know, I'm toying with a one-off. So it's going to be a great trip. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited about it. And I never get excited about anything. You know, I always like, please, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But I'm excited about this. Very excited. So tomorrow at 5:30, an opportunity to all get together and go on a trip. And I think we're going to have like a big party with the people who are going on the trip, just to like sort of get to know each other. Hey, how you doing? Does anybody have any weird habits? You know, that the whole deal. Because you don't really get to meet the people you're traveling with until you get there.
You don't want those habits to be a surprise?
Yeah, I want to pick out the
problem people.
Who I'm going to hang with, and
who are the issues,
and who we're going to chat about.
Who are the ones that are going to drink?
Well, no, I'll be one of those guys.
Fight,
yeah, and smoke. That's what we'll do. Hopefully, we don't get sent home early. That's a possibility as well. All right, the Palisades Village is going to open up. This is fantastic news. You know, in a world where everybody gives you bad news all day long, this is great news. The Palisades, the village, is going to open next year. This is unbelievable how quickly they're putting this together.
Yes, news of this announcement is very exciting for both the residents and the businesses here affected by the Palisades fire. Because see behind me, the village still under construction. A lot of things that need to be done before this is set to reopen, which is why the reopening date is not until the middle of next year. You guys mentioned Rick Caruso, who owns the village, made the announcement.
Okay. So even in the middle of next year, I think is fantastic. You know, June, July of 2026, that'd be great.
And joining him during this announcement was Elise Walker. She is the owner of the high-end luxury fashion boutique store. And you guys can see right here on the corner of Sunset that it shows from the windows, Elise Walker, Pacific Palisades, returning 2026. So we still have about a year from now, but the reopening of the village seen as a vital step in the recovery of the community and the restoration.
Yeah, look, I hope all those stores open and they're all successful. However, I think that the idea is to open up a store that sells hammers, screwdrivers, and drywall, and maybe some 2x4s. I don't know about the high-end purses right away. You know, guys and gals are just putting their life back together. I don't know if they're going to spend $50,000 on a clutch. Isn't that what you call it, Bellio? A clutch? Is that what it's called? I think it is.
A clutch?
A clutch? Isn't that a small handbag?
Yeah, your clutch.
Do people still call it that?
Yeah,
Your clutch?
Sure.
Right.
Of this unique area. The Palisades is a major shopping center, the Palisades Village, that is.
Yes, I love that Palisades Village, man. I do miss that place. That was my favorite Gelson's Those people that ran that Gelson's were, man, they were great. They were fantastic.
And it was almost untouched by the fire. However, it is surrounded by devastation, which is why it's been closed ever since. The nearly 3-acre, 100.
You know what I used to do? I used to, when I was invited to things, and I have like 3 or 4 friends that live in the Palisades, I would always stop at Gelson's and get a box of cookies and bring it to whatever I'm going. A tennis party, a pool party, Kennedy's party when she had a July 4th party that I was invited to. What she didn't know is that I bought my 4th of July outfit at Ross Dress for Less the day before. And I think it sort of showed. You know, I wanted to have it was a 4th of July party, so I wanted to have a red, white, and blue. And I think I bought like 2. I think I went too low end. I think people looked.
Really?
Yeah, even for me, I think people looked at it like, wow, where did you pick that up, bub? That's wild, man.
And 25,000 square foot shopping center has 42 businesses and services. Everything has been closed since January. Rick Caruso leading the reconstruction efforts.
Yes, Rick Caruso. That guy's great. Guy deserves an attaboy.
And he says that when the village opens, like I mentioned, Elise Walker's business will be here. She had her flagship store in the Palisades for 25 years before it burned in the fire. She announced she will reopen in the village. And of course, Rick Caruso extremely happy of this.
Just announced Elise Walker is going to be rebuilding her flagship store here in Palisades Village, and we're so excited about that because she not only believes in great commerce, more importantly, she believes in this community. And a great retailer brings jobs, it brings hope, it brings a bright future, and we are on our way, Palisades.
Yes.
So once again, this is a huge
Palisades
announcement.
is coming back. Is coming back. I'm looking at the Elise Walker. I think this is her. Yeah, she sells shoes, handbags, diamonds, sunglasses. Wow, these are expensive. Sunglasses for $535. Interesting. Wow.
A hat's much cheaper.
Yeah, but look at this. The little clutch. It's a Loewe, Loewe, Louis. The small bag is $2,400. A lot of me.
Not a
price
clutch?
range. No, and then we have an oversized shirt. You know, some women like to have oversized shirts. $270. So, I don't know, maybe it'll work out. Who knows? Drawstring pocket bag for $1,100. Okay, all right. I think we'll have to ease into this. Ease into it.
So once again, this is a huge announcement, very exciting news for a lot of people living in the Palisades in the nearby area, and the community is once again set to reopen the village the middle of next year.
Yeah, I would open up a paint store, a 2x4 store, I don't know, maybe a shingle roof store, and a screwdriver store, and get the insulation store, you know.
Fire extinguisher store.
Yeah, the crap that they really need out there. I don't know about the $2,400 clutch. I don't know if that's going to be moving on the first week. But maybe. There's a lot of money out there, and I hope they do support her. You know, back in the old days, when a family member opened up a store, all the extended relatives and families would show up. Like if a family opened a general store back in the 1940s or 50s, everybody would show up on the very first day, on opening day, and they'd all spend cash. So this guy could get up on his feet and open a successful business. Everyone showed up the first day, cash, 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 cash. Now, when a relative opens up a store, everyone pays with credit cards. Then they go home and they deny the charges. That's where we are in life nowadays. Different society, different crew, different.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabe's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at washablesofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I'm trying to figure out how I can email everybody tonight who emailed me about the trip. And Kiki and Maddie are in there knocking it out. These two are like computer whizzes, you know? I mean, these kids, you know, they've Crozier, these kids today, they've had computers their whole life. So they know how to easily do stuff that we struggle with.
Yeah, before they could speak, they were on the phones.
Yes. Yeah. And it's great. I mean, you know, and they do things that I find impossible, like while still talking, carrying on a conversation. And Kiki's like, yeah, I'll just download all these. You know, she's like on the keyboard. Yeah, I'll just download this. And
Tabbity. So what are you doing today? Blah blah blah.
Bang, 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 bang. They're good. But I told you the story. I was with my daughter. Went to Handel's to get ice cream. There's a new ice cream store in Burbank.
I know.
And we were standing in line, and I'm talking with her, and she's like twitching. Her fingers are twitching. And I said, "Are you okay? You cold? You shaking?" And she goes, "No, I'm texting my friend Corey." But she wasn't looking at her phone. She can text while talking to me. She can respond to a text without looking at the phone.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's insanity.
And quickly, too. Like, bang, bang, you know? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're like, hang on a second.
Right, I know.
Hey, wait, no, hang on.
Yeah. Where's the @ sign?
Yeah, right. How do I get, where's the... exclamation point!
Yeah, no, if I hit that, the question mark doesn't come up. The question, well, never mind. Never mind!
That's what it sounds like when I'm at my dad's house.
That's right. I never heard my dad swear in his life until he got a computer. And then he exploded. He went nuts. But I'll tell you a quick story here. My dad, who is a terrific writer, and up until 2007 or 2008, he would write scripts on a manual typewriter, not even electric typewriter, a manual typewriter, you know, bang, 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 ding, bang, 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 ding, making a bell. And that's it. When you heard the bell, you knew it was time to, you know, push the paper back. So he ran out of ink, and he said to me, he goes, "Hey, let's go down the stationery store and see if we can get some of the ink." I said, "Okay, here we go." Go down to the stationery store. "Hey, do you guys have ink for an IBM typewriter that was built back in, I think, like 1904? And they're like, "Nah, we don't sell that anymore." And my dad said, "Well, how do I get some more ink?" And the guy at the stationery store said, "Well, you can drive around the valley and go to garage sales." And eventually you'll find a typewriter you can ask to buy the ink from.
You could just walk outside the store here, stand on the curb, and just scream, "I need some ink." It's about as effective.
You know, the ink came in ribbons back then.
Oh, yeah.
It was a ribbon that had ink in it. So I said, "Dad, look, you know, I think it's time to get a computer." And he was very reluctant to do it, very resistant. And he finally said, "Okay." And so he got a computer. And I showed him some of the ins and outs. I wasn't, you know, I'm not the greatest guy with computers, but compared to a guy who was working on a manual typewriter, I was gold.
God, I can just imagine you trying to explain.
I was just thinking the same thing.
God. Oh. So I showed him a couple of things. By the time I got home, I lived in an apartment that was probably about 2.5 miles from my dad's. By the time I got home, there was a message on my machine. He goes, "You got to get the F over here and show me how to use this GD thing." And I called him up. I said, "I showed you how." He goes, "You got to get in the car." So I get in the car. I go and I showed him. He didn't know where to put the cursor. He didn't know what the blinking light was and where to put the cursor or anything. So I showed him a little more on how to do it, and he was okay for about 3 or 4 days. I was out of town, and he called me up. He goes, "I can't figure this effing thing out," and he was swearing. I never heard my dad swear in his life. So I said, "Dad, just take it down to the computer store. They know you. It's the end of the block near Haskell and Ventura. Take it down there. I'll call them and say you're coming, and they'll show you how to do it." He goes, "Okay." So I said, "Just take your computer with you, and they'll show you." So my dad takes his computer, his monitor, his keyboard, his mouse, and his printer, all connected.
No.
The whole shebang.
All still wired together. Walking in with his octopus, this, and they took a picture of him because they couldn't believe what was coming through the door. Everything, the printer, the whole thing. This guy's sweating his ass off, and he finally got it after about 6 months, and he loved it. He loved going online. He loved going on TVG.
TVG, yeah.
Oh, man. He loved TVG when able to bet on those horse races, man.
So it was a PC, not an Apple, right?
Yeah, it was PC. Yeah. And oh, man. But he loved that TVG and gambling on horses online. And he said to me, he says, "Look," he goes, can I use your credit card and then I'll just pay you every month? What I lose." I said, "Yeah, all right." I said, "Why don't you want to put your credit card on?" He goes, "Me and your stepmother, we're worried about putting our credit cards online." So, but you're not worried about putting my credit cards online? Is that what's going on? He goes, "Yeah, it does seem kind of harsh. Let's just do that anyway, though." And so he would give me a check every month for sometimes $50, sometimes $300. But never more than $250, $300. And for 3 years, every time I was at Christmas dinner with his accountant, because his accountant was a very nice woman, and she always came to Christmas dinner, she was always very cold to me. And then I lost the check one month, and I called her up. I said, "Hey, can you give me another check for $325? And she said, "Yeah, is this a car payment that your dad's making for you?" I'm like, oh, my God. For the last 3 years, every time I saw this woman, she thinks I'm this deadbeat who I'm 55 years old and my dad's still paying for my car. He didn't tell her it was for gambling. And I for 3 years, she looked at me like, "Hey, you're not making enough money in radio. I guess dad's still paying for your car." It was the worst. The worst. Right,
your shirts didn't help either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. That's true. True story, Bellio. True story. Bellio's not going to be here tomorrow. Leslie told me. We're live on KFI AM 640. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from The Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.